Alright guys, welcome back to my Cricut Design Space app tutorial for Android. This is lesson number 5 and we're going to be looking at slicing. So let's start a new project and let's choose a couple of shapes. Let's get this circle and this triangle right here. Now you can align it any way you'd like by going to Edit, going to Align, and aligning the two shapes. You can align it any way you want. Now highlight both shapes, go to Actions, and go to Slice. And you have successfully sliced two shapes, which gives you a unique shape. So the thing you need to know about slicing is that you can only do two shapes at a time. So let me give you an example. You got a circle, a square, a circle, triangle, and a square. All right. Let's say you want to highlight and slice all of them. You go to Action, and you notice that you can't slice because it won't even give you the option. So what you can do instead is highlight only two shapes, slice those shapes, and then highlight another two shapes, and then you can slice those other shapes. So now you're left with all these shapes right here. But always keep in mind that you can only slice two shapes at a time. Alright, so slicing is important because you cannot round edges, but you can do that with slicing. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to make a card and it starts off as a rectangle. Let's say it's let's make it 6 inches by 8 inch rectangle or card. Let's say you want to make that card, but you want to round the edges. Now you can't really do that. There's no button to round the edges, so you have to get a little crafty. And the way to round the edges is to make a die to cut the edges out of two other shapes. So you get a square. Let's say it's let's edit that thing, and let's make it 3 inches by 3 inches. Put it all the way in the corner so that it would be positioned at 0, 0. And then you get, let's say you get a circle. Try to make it like the size of the edges you want. So let's edit that. Let's make it about 1 inch. 1 inch circle. You can zoom in if you want. Just go right here on the edge. Go to position. Try 2.5 by 2.5 and see if that's the kind of edge you want. It looks good. So you highlight both of these shapes. Go to Actions, and then you slice them. And now you have created a die for this, and now you can cut the edge off right there. You just have to align it. So try to get as close as possible so you get an idea of where you have to put it. Go to Edit, and it might be 2.5 by 2.5. Not 25.5. All right. So now you highlight both. Let me zoom out. Whoop. All right, we moved both of them. That's okay. You go to Actions and you slice it. So now you have successfully made an edge right there. Now instead of making these things over and over again, because now you have to make another one, you could have either duplicated it, or you can do this. Get this original shape, go to Actions, duplicate it, go to Edit, and invert it horizontally. You see? Now you have it on this side. Highlight both of the shapes and go to Align, Center, go to Action, and Slice. And now you have two of these. You could just highlight these and get rid of them. So you got two top edges with rounded corners. Now let's say you want the bottoms to be rounded. Just click one of them, go to Edit, and invert it vertically. So now they're at the bottom, and align them again. Go to Align and Center, and then go to Actions and slice it. See, now you have a card with rounded edges. You actually have two, but if you only need one, you can, let me change the color here. You can have two different cards right here. You see? So now you have two cards. Let's say you want to add some text to it. I don't know what to put. Just put milk. You highlight both of them, go to Edit, go to Align and Center, or you can just move it up here and just align center, not completely center. Now you have this thing with a text. Now it's going to cut out the text if you do it like that. But if you want to print and cut it, which you can't really do on an Android phone, you would have to go to Action and Flatten. So then you would be able to print it, and then when you go to Edit, you can go to, instead of so you can't do the print and cut here, but if you wanted to print it, you can flatten it on an Apple. So that's the importance of the slice. And don't think you have to remember everything, because I'm going to go into detail about all this stuff in other videos. So I'm going to talk more about flattening, unflattening, duplicating, and grouping. Also uploading images. So just keep an eye out for those things, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on this free tutorial on how to use Cricut Design Space. Thank you.